Hey, everybody. I hope I'm in the right spot. Okay, my name is Amy Milsick. I am a homeschool soccer mom to 5 boys. Now I'm switching over here. So I want to make sure I'm live in the right group. Am I in the right group? Anyone? Bueller? Okay, where do I go? Am I doing this? I don't know if I went live in the right group. So let's see. There's Donna. Hi, Donna. Am I on the right page? I think I need to start again. Oh my good night. Okay, let's see. Oh, here I am. Okay, I am. Buddy, hi. I just struggle a little bit with technology, just a little bit. Don't mind me, because you guys are all good. Am I on the right page? Yeah. Okay, hi, Anna. I'm sorry, I struggled so much. I couldn't find you, Anna. I struggled. Hey, Ashley, how is everybody? Are you ready to homeschool party? I got a little shiny forehead. I'm glistening. I'm so excited. Hey, Nadine. Hello, everybody. Oh, we'll just like let the peeps come on in. Bring in the homeschool mamas. We'll just wait a couple minutes. I'm super excited. I get really goofy when I'm excited. Hey, Christy. So, as many of you probably know. So anyhow, yeah, super, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm so excited to party with Anna and all of you guys. Hi, Reagan. Les. Good morning. I'm used to saying good morning. Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody? Anna, thank you for such a wonderful introduction to this party. And maybe I'll just get going so I don't hold everybody up. I have a tendency to talk. Okay, anywho, my name is Amy Milsick. I am a homeschool soccer mom to 5 boys. I even have notes tonight. Hey, Jenny! I'm like, they're backwards, but I feel like all professional and whatnot. Yeah, so I got my notes. I'm good to go. But my name is Amy Milsick. I'm a homeschool soccer mom to 5 boys. I'm a boy mom. And they are 2, 5, 8, 11, and 14. I vlog over at rockyourhomeschool.net, and I like to help you add sparkle to your learning fun. So tonight we're going to be talking about, well, I'll be talking, and you can listen and watch, and we'll chit-chat. I got notes, Christy. I'm all business right now. I'm usually like all about fun. I'm not used to having notes. So we're going to like go like this. We're going to hope that this, this works well. I think I can do it. I think I am. Hey, Mandy! So, I'm going to get my serious face on. This probably won't last long, so. Okay. We're going to talk about 5 secrets to adding fun to your homeschool every day. Because like Anna said, yes, you do have time for fun in your homeschool. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate it. I even have water in like a sippy cup, so, okay. But you do have time for fun. And these secrets can help you make sure that you add even just like 5 minutes, like Anna said. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it can be just that little bit that helps you make your homeschool successful. So I was just listening to Anna. I'm like, preach, girl. So that was awesome. Okay, so a little bit more about me, and so you can understand how I got to be the fun homeschool mom that I am. My boys might not always say so, but it's all good. Okay, so before boys, I was a mental health therapist. I worked with individuals, groups, and families in a lot of different settings. I worked in people's homes, schools, McDonald's, wherever we could meet at a neutral place. So when I was doing that, it was really great practice, number one, for being a homeschool mom, because I got to interact with a lot of different people, and often difficult people. So now I find myself using my counseling skills pretty much by the hour. So, but that helped me have a mindset of growth and positive encouragement and reinforcement for my family. And so how we got into homeschooling, we did not start off homeschooling. We started off, my older two boys went to a private preschool, and then they went to public school. My oldest until he was in 3rd grade, and I talk a lot with my hands. Okay, and my 11-year-old went until he was in 1st grade. So I had always felt like from the moment I had my oldest that I felt a tug towards homeschooling. I didn't know really anything about it. I just wanted my babies at home, and I wanted to teach them at home. My husband was like, we need to give the public schools a try. We have pretty great schools around us, and we should, we pay taxes, was his rationale. So they should try school. I was like, all right, well, he had a lot of logic there. And so, let me see. But I tried to make it work. I volunteered at the schools. I kept in touch with the teachers. My kids were very well prepared when they got to school. They were reading. So really tried to set the stage there for positive learning, love of learning. And then we watched them kind of go like this. Now this was our experience, that their learning, their knowledge was they were learning. You know how kids are. They're like sponges. They were picking up so much. Then they got to school, and it was like this. And we got a lot of, well, that wouldn't, it's not fair if this child, hey, Deshelle, hi, Brittany. My child was reading chapter books. He was reading Harry Potter in kindergarten. And I was told, well, he's not supposed to do that. And I was like, what? He's not supposed to do that. So there's several things that happened that was making little red flags going up. I'm not liking this environment, but we continued. And, yes, but my boys were not really challenged at school. The hardest thing for them, and we were just talking about this, is that figuring out which bus they needed to get on to come home. Am I on the Redbird bus or the Green Lion? It was the reading, the math, it just wasn't meeting them where they needed to be. So kind of talked all about that. We took, my oldest has some visual problems. Did your kids have the same reading experience? Yeah. And I also saw their love of learning, getting excited about school, go psh, a balloon that popped. It was just zapped out of them. And it was devastating as a mom. So at home, I was trying to do all this fun stuff with them. And then they would say, can we stay home today and do this? And I was like, technically you have to be at school. Yeah. So we had a bunch of things that built up to us starting to homeschool. And then, like I said, my oldest only has vision in one eye, his left eye. I don't know which one that is for you. His left eye. He has a congenital defect where his optic nerve never fully attached in his right eye. So that means he has a lot of eye strain and muscle strain on the left eye. It causes migraines, and his 3rd grade teacher was not cooperating with us with adaptations and stuff. And I fought it for a little bit, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to fight like this. Because I knew that we could make those adaptations at home and give him the education to help him reach his potential. And make it fun and help them learn learn to love learning again. That was a little, yeah. You're with me on that? Learn to love learning again. So my husband and I took the summer after he was in 3rd grade, and my 11-year-old was in 1st grade, and we prayed. Didn't do too much research, which we should have done a little bit more research, but we really prayed. And then about 2 days before we had to declare, we live in Pennsylvania. It has some pretty strict regulations here, or laws, rules, homeschool laws. We decided, yes, we're going to do this homeschool thing. I was pregnant again. I had a toddler in addition to those two. I was pregnant again. And I was like, oh, snap. I don't know what I'm doing. So they signed up for a local cyber school. Did that for a year. Yeah. It was like, meh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all right. But like, there was just the love of learning. Just, it was like, Mom, can we do this with you instead? And I was like, so I took that year and I really tried to learn as much as I could about homeschooling, how to put together a portfolio, which is a requirement in our state. After the age of 8, they have to have a portfolio in Pennsylvania. So I took time to do all of that. As I was doing that, I was learning about the flexibility in homeschooling. I was like, what? Nobody ever told me that learning could be like this much fun. Like, you know, an education. Because you go to school, you're like picking up the textbooks, it's a little dry, you know. I mean, okay, I'm going to go on my soapbox. I'm not going to do that. So anyways, you can have fun and you can have flexibility in your homeschool. Well, I was just like, what? And so I was like, yes, we're doing this. Okay. I had everything planned out. Like, I was like, uber planned. Oh my gosh, that's my sister. Hey, girl. Learning does need to be fun. You're so right. So I had everything planned out. I had like my T's crossed. I had my I's dotted. I was well planned. I was uber planned. I was over planned. I was like over the top planned. Like, I had it planned down to like minutes, like for 7 minutes. Like, I was just so excited. And my sister, she's here. That's Laura. I get a little excited about stuff. I was like, oh, well, that wasn't fun. We burn out. Like, we burn out in a few days. And I was like, I can't do this. And then my husband, being the wise man that he was, said, should you really still be doing school at 6 o'clock at night when I'm coming home? Because I was like, no. So I had life lessons, like you probably have yourself, where it's like when you start homeschooling, if you're coming from a public school mentality or public school, your kids were there for a little bit, you're thinking, oh gosh, I have to keep up. They need to be doing math for 60 minutes. Not in our homeschool. I don't know how your homeschool goes. You don't have to. You don't. If your child knows the concept, if they can talk to you about it and explain it to you or siblings or, you know, the old guy at the grocery store, that's good. That's good. Like, you don't have to, like, what do they call that? Beat a horse with a stick? That's not the phrase at all. Anyways, I'm very kind to animals. I'm just going to throw it out there. Okay. So, you have to deschool yourself. And oh my gosh, I had never heard of deschooling. And my computer screen just went out. Ooh, okay. I didn't know what deschooling was, but that's what we had to do. We totally had to deschool. And at the time, I wasn't reading blogs. I wasn't even online. I was on a social media break. Yeah. And so I just said, we need to just hit that pause button and reconnect. And we need to rediscover the love of learning. And I don't know why my computer's doing that. Okay, so that is what we did. We played games. So I have stuff written down here. Okay, so that's why I thought homeschool had to be public school. And it doesn't, because we're at home. You know, it's at home school, not public school at home. Yeah. So I thought I had to cram so much so that they could keep up with their peers. So that, you know, when people asked us, what do we do during the day? You know, it wasn't like, oh, we went outside and played in the mud for 2 hours. You know, like, I was so worried about that. And I just had to let that go. I just had to say, no, I'm not going to worry about you. So I didn't want outsiders to think that we weren't doing enough and that I wasn't enough. You know, because you know how that's all connected as a mom. Yeah. So I was so worried about what other people were going to think that I lost focus of what was best for my family. So we hit that pause button. We started the deschooling process. I prayed a lot, and then I prayed some more, and then I prayed. Oh, here I am again. And then I went online and did some research, and I decided we needed to take that break, and we deschooled for a while, and it was glorious. The boys, I let them just read whatever they wanted to read. I didn't say, okay, like slam down textbook. Okay, here you go. This is what you got to do. They were reading about history. They were reading about engineering, like all on their own, because they wanted to learn that. And I saw those little sparks going. I saw that like, oh yeah, I'm starting to like learning again. So that slowly happened. We played games. We did puzzles. We went outside. Hey, Sarita. And it was like all starting to click together again. And then they were like, oh, we did Legos. That was the other thing. I wrote that down. Oh, and the Lego creations. And crafts. Tons of arts and crafts. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, like I said, when my husband would come home, he'd be like, oh, whoa. Are we having like an art gallery here tonight? No, we just did lots of arts and crafts in our homeschool day because we wanted to. And it was fun. And so we just did lots of that. And so we continue to do that. Now, we have a more structured approach now. We are not unschooling, although I think that's super cool. With the 5 boys, and I squirrel a whole heck of a lot, if you haven't even noticed from just right here, that unschooling, I term myself relaxed, eclectic homeschooler, because I use what works for our family, for that child. So I kind of go like, I pick here, pick that. Like, let's say this is the homeschool tree. I pick a little bit right there. I pick a little bit right there. We do a lot of Brave Writer, like hashtag Brave Writer lifestyle. I saw somebody have that. Deshelle from Hide the Chocolate is going to be talking to us about that. Oh, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Sorry, my 5-year-old says that. We do a lot of that. So this is where I came from, like super structured. Oh, and did I mention both of my parents are public school teachers, or they were? So, I am such the relaxed, eclectic homeschooler. Both of my parents are public school teachers. That was what I grew up with. Now they embrace our homeschooling. They think it's a wonderful thing what we're doing. Oh, Brave Writer. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But that's where I came from. And so it was a journey. It was a bumpy road, you know. But like Anna said, through community, through meeting other homeschoolers, that has really, like, it's taken our bumpy road and it's just made it like a lot more smooth. You're exactly that. Relaxed, eclectic. We should have t-shirts made. That would be awesome. Or like little fake tattoos. Okay, anyways. That would be fun. Okay, so yes. So when you can find what makes you comfortable, what works for your family, and that's a journey. You're not gonna like find that right away. You know, there's so much out there in the ocean of homeschool resources, and it's overwhelming, you know. So like Anna had said, and this is one of my secrets, I'm gonna kind of like jump ahead. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, sweetie. Like, other people say other stuff. I don't say that word. Keeping it simple. Like, for math, what age is your child? Are they in like 1st grade? Do some hands-on math. Because as you do that, the learning fun is just going to come. Sarita does her own thing, for real. She totally does. And there's so many options for what we can do with curriculum or not curriculum. Yeah, keeping it simple. Living books. So, okay. So, as you got, I have here, like, are there any questions about my experience? Can you relate to any of that? That's professional Amy right there. But you guys already were saying it because you're awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get to it now. Okay, I'm not going to hit that. Free worksheets, placement tests. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. believe it or not, learning fun can be worksheets. Oh, I just said that. Yeah, if your kid likes worksheets, that could be fun for them. My 5-year-old, he gets no greater joy than if I place a thing of worksheets in front of him and he can pound through that. And then throw it out when you decide it doesn't work. Yeah, that's nice too. Yeah, because we don't have to stick to that one thing. We're not dictated to in that way. I don't think, are any states like that? I'm not sure that you're like zeroed in on a curriculum. Some kids do love worksheets, and that's okay. You can have, okay, here's an example. I left this out. On my blog right now, Learning Fun with Dr. Seuss Pals. Okay, this can be fun. For my kindergartner and my preschooler, like they're tracing. That's fun. That's Dr. Seuss. You can have fun with that. Like we have like little puzzles here. That's super fun. And look, that's like number recognition. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with that. So like, I feel like sometimes people put so much pressure. It's like, oh my gosh, it's gotta be like Pinterest. And like, if it's gonna be fun, then I have to have like all these swirly cupcakes and like glitter. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just keep it simple. Okay, but I didn't get there yet. That's number 2. Hey, Daddy! So, okay, so my first tip for adding fun to your homeschool. This is a secret, but not really, because you already know it. Sometimes we just forget these things. Is to just let go. Okay? Just relax, mama. Like, and Anna had said this, relax. Like, breathe in, breathe out. The world will not end if you interrupt your math time with like a hugging fest or a dance party. I'm not even kidding you. Like, your child will still learn for real. Or if you just take like 5 minutes and you like fold paper airplanes and you throw them, just relax, like let it go. Like let go of that, like, oh my gosh, like the timetable or whatever. You're good. You're good. Like you can go outside and you can go look at birds and like don't get all scientific-y. You like to keep a tight grip. Well, you know what? Okay, that's a whole other thing. Because if you know your personality style, or and you know like your type, and you kind of need that, and your kids do too, and that's okay. Yeah, you don't have to reenact the Civil War in your backyard unless you really want to. I would just reenact. You know what I'm saying? My kids might take that a step too far. Hey, ladies! So, you could have a total 80s dance party. You can really pick any decade that you want. I'm not gonna, like, even, I'm not a country music fan. Maybe you are. That might be fun for you. Okay, just go for that. But like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you go outside and you're looking at the birds, hey! Like, you don't have to get all like, okay, and now that's the genus, species, blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever. Hi, Crystal! You know, like, let it be fun. Oh, look, cool. There's a red bird. Or, like, you know, like, you don't have to turn it into a learning experience. You can. But you can just let it go and be what it is. That's what I'm saying. So that's, like, my first one. And so, with that, we do a lot of brain breaks. And I do have something on my blog. It's like 54 homeschool brain breaks. I am a boy mom. War in the backyard equals danger fun. That's true. That's very true. My backyard is also like an episode from that MTV show that is a synonym with the word donkey. I'm not going to say it though. That's my yard, basically. But brain breaks, just taking a break. And you can do, depending on your child and their learning style, what they prefer, maybe for them, it's turning on an audiobook and just chilling out or listening to music. Maybe they need to get up and get active and get moving. Maybe they want to do like a puzzle. Some kids are quiet and they just like to do quiet things, or like an introvert and do more, like have that time to themselves. Like go to their room and play something. Maybe other kids, like they need you to like, they're a little bit more extroverted. They might want to hang out with their brothers, sisters, whatever. Maybe do Legos, and that's fine. You can take a break. Often during our read alouds, my kids are very often doing hands-on things. I'd bring out like a Lego bin. Oh, thank you, Christy. You're so sweet. I bring out a Lego bin. We have those little Jenga, those Jenga blocks. They build little things on the table with that. They build structures. I have little chalkboards. They'll draw on there. Mirror dance. Oh my gosh, Ashley. That's one of our favorite activities, for real. Ashley shared this great activity called mirror dancing. Super cool. Super cool. Like one child's here and like you could be here or another child and you put on music and like you just mirror each other what you're doing. Your son needs you almost arm in arm because he likes to have that. I have one of those. That's the one that constantly comes in here. Is like, I think you need a hug. Yeah, I get that. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? My second tip, Anna said this, I said it earlier, is kiss. Keep it simple, sweetie. You could probably figure out another S word in there. Sugar. Keep it simple, sugar. Or keep it simple something. You can add whatever you want there, as long as it's a nice word. I don't mind. You need to try the mirror dance for real. Oh my gosh, Anna, you and your kids will love it so much. Okay, because believe it or not, and like you would never know that looking back here. I'm just being very sarcastic. I do not have a Pinterest perfect homeschool. I know, it's okay. Keep it simple, Simon. That's cute. Christy. I love you. I really don't have a Pinterest perfect homeschool, for real. Like, I don't know if I've ever. And that's okay. Now, I get trapped in that. I get on Pinterest and I'm like, but you gotta like cut that comparison off. Like, Pinterest is like a whole bunch of yumminess, but just cut out that comparison part of it. I don't know. If anybody does, Anna, I don't think I want to go to their house. I really don't, Tiffany. I swear. I don't. So, like, just cut out that comparison part and be like, this is me, this is our family, and we're just going to keep it real simple. Your phone keeps closing Facebook. Oh, no, you're good, girl. You're good. So simple is enjoyable. Simple is less stress, which Anna had mentioned. And simple is fun. Even like sidewalk chalk. Like, get a thing of sidewalk chalk and just go outside. Like, you can have so much fun with that. And there's pretty much no prep unless you don't have sidewalk chalk. Then you have to go get sidewalk chalk. But you can just go out and have fun with that. You don't have to, like, compile this whole list of 45 things and, you know where I'm going with that one. Okay, my third secret. No, I'm kidding. Go for connection, not perfection. You want to connect with your kids. And Anna mentioned this. Connect. Eye contact. If your child is a hugger, toucher, whatever, you might want to just like gently place your hand on their shoulder or their back. Now I have a couple, they got their bubble. You don't want to go near. But what I do is I sit next to them and we do work. So I'm in their area, but I'm not violating that area. Connection, not perfection. So, like, how many times, because we're all moms, we're not perfect, have you had this, like, vision of, like, sugar gumdrops and, I don't know, whatever, and it's going to be perfect, and there's, like, a little, like, halo, like, this annoying light, and you're like, oh my gosh, we're just going to have this glorious, perfect time in our homeschool, and I have the perfect unit study, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and who knows why? You did everything you could. It's just one of those days. And so, but you miss out on that connection part of it. Because maybe you guys could have had like a real good laugh over it. The Sunlight catalog cover, is that, what does that say? Did I miss something? What's on the Sunlight catalog cover? I'm going to have to look at that. So anyhow, so let your expectations be gone. Okay, let the, when the kid has a meltdown. Yeah, because you're so worried about it being perfect. Nothing goes as planned. Oh, it has a perfect picture? Oh. So you just release the expectations. You let it go. I have found when I go into something with about 0 to maybe +1 expectation, we have so much more fun because I just let it happen. And that's going to be one of my next secrets. But let the expectation, it's hard. So how do you do that? Like, how do you sort out, okay, I want to do this fun thing in my homeschool, but I'm kind of building up a little bit. If, your significant other, you could talk to them. Maybe this is a good time to chat with a homeschool friend in the communities that Anna talked about, and just say, I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting this, like, super excited, and maybe check in with them, like accountability or like a reality check type deal. And then wait, what else do I have written here? And also for the connection, why are you homeschooling? Because you want to have time with your kids, hopefully, right? So, I know you want the education, you want a better environment for your kids, but usually one of the biggest reasons why people homeschool is because they want to be with their kids. They want to connect. Your kids really don't care if, most kids don't. You got that perfect lesson plan laid out. They're going to want you to talk with them, work with them when you can. Anna talked about her checklist and helping her kids develop independent learning skills. Kids want stuff like that. They're not looking, though, for that, like, it has to be perfect type deal. So I just would encourage you to use that time wisely with your homeschooling, because it's going to be over so fast. Oh, gosh. I'm going to get all sappy there. Don't be a homeschool tyrant. That's my other thing. Like, the perfection there, it's just not going to help anybody. So it's very easy, though. It's very easy to want certain things for our kids. Did you need this study? Oh, cool. I'm so glad. We want our kids to succeed and reach their potential. But sometimes that's what's in our brain, not necessarily what is best for our child. And so I think it's helping all of us figure that out. And that's when it's just like making sure we have that connection. We're communicating, which is huge. That's where the eye contact comes in, when we're really listening to what they're saying and their body language. We're putting all of that together and saying, okay, wait a minute. This is what I'm hearing you say. Let me double check with you, or let me check with you and make sure I got this, that this is what's going on. That's a huge thing I learned in my counseling training and experience, and I do that with my kids all the time, because communication is vital in homeschooling. And I don't communicate properly all the time. As you guys know, I often need a pronunciation guide. And so my kids don't always get the point that I'm hoping to get across. You've totally put aside the reason you homeschool because you wanted to spend each day with them. And it's totally easy. And Anna was talking about that with the comparison. And wait, Anna, were you talking about that? Or is that me? I don't know. But more focus on education and what they need to know, which is really important. Don't get me wrong. They have to talk, or it is hard to do school. You're right, Sarita. It's hard as a parent to help a child develop their potential. Parenting is not for the weak. Oh my gosh, this is so true, Mandy. But I don't want it to seem like I'm saying that their education and their learning isn't important. It is extremely important. But who they are as a person is more important, and then helping the two, mesh. Okay, so my fourth secret is allow the spontaneous to erupt. Meaning, I don't know about you, but my kids, I'll catch them let's see, I'm trying to think of something funny. Like doodling. And this is why we did our doodle prompts. We have doodle prompts now over at the blog. And they'd be doodling and then they'd be looking up. And I'm like, go for it. And they're like, we're allowed to do that? I'm like, yeah, you can draw. What are you going to draw? Show me what you're drawing. Tell me about what you're drawing. And oftentimes it would be related to what I was talking about. You've painted a homeschool picture in your mind of how it needs to be or it has to be. Oh yeah, I think we all do that, whether we want to or not. I often do that after a break, like during a break, and then we get back to school, and I'm like, oh, there's gonna be like a path of roses, and my kids are gonna be all smiley and like, yeah, mom, let's. No, that doesn't happen. Doodling is fun, for real. So like allow the spontaneous to erupt. So let's say you're doing a read aloud, and maybe you're not so animated yourself. Like Anna is very animated. You could tell she has a lot of fun and excitement in her. But maybe that's not your personality. That's fine. But it's okay when you're reading to get a little goofy. You know, we were reading Romeo and Juliet today. And with the nurse, I was like in this high, and my kids thought that was hysterical. And so it helped grab their attention. And it was just spontaneous. We were coloring today, doing a little bit of art with like watercolor pencils. And we just kind of like went off with it and had fun. And we did it much longer than I had even thought we would. But I just let it go because it was spontaneous and it was what they were into right then and there. And that's okay. And I just ditched some of the other stuff and hey, it'll be there Monday. You know, it's always going to be there. So now my fifth homeschool fun secret. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. My fifth one is, this is my favorite one. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I think some of you guys have it and do it. And it's not really that secret. And you make the memories. That's right, Anna. You make memories when you do that. And oftentimes when we've talked about, we always do like a review of the homeschool year. We have a little tea party and we sit and we talk about our favorite things and the things we didn't like so much. And it's those spontaneous things that they'll remember. And I'm like, really? You remember when we just decided to like go outside in the snowstorm and make snow angels and measure them? Because really? That's okay. So that whole thing on the Civil War, that whole thing we didn't. So anyways, so my fifth secret to how we add homeschool fun every day, and how you can too, is we do a homeschool fun calendar. And I know that's backwards because that's annoying. But I have a homeschool fun calendar for each month. So right now I have January, February, and March, which that's the next month, over at Rock Your Homeschool. And every day has little prompts of what you could do to celebrate a fun day. So for example, let me see. On March 3rd is National Anthem Day. So you can learn about America's national song. So you have some of you are in Canada, so that might be interesting. Maybe not. And you could practice singing it. That would be pretty fun. Oh, thank you so much. I think the homeschool fun calendars are pretty cool. We have a lot of fun with it. Let's see, what else? Like on the 21st is Fragrance Day. So we're going to do a blindfold test with different like spices and herbs and like essential oils and try to guess what it is. That's just a little bit of fun. It doesn't have to take a lot of prep work. None of these take a lot of prep work. But it's another way that you can add fun to your day without like sitting there going, well, I'm not fun, which is a lie. You're fun. I hope so. You're a fun homeschool mom in your own way. I think we also have like a preconceived notion of what fun is. Like, I like glittery Play-Doh. I think that's fun. Not everybody thinks that's fun. I have a really good friend, Dawn. Dawn doesn't like glitter and she doesn't like Play-Doh. And she's still a fun mom, even though she'll say she's not. Dawn at Lady Dusk is a fun mom. Yeah, it's okay, Kirsty. I got you, girl. It's hard to remember everything, isn't it? But she does lots of cool stuff with her kids. And so, like, stuff that I don't do. And I'm like, oh, that's super fun. She's like, oh, no, that's not fun. Yeah, that is fun. You know what I'm saying? So, like, audiobooks can be fun. Fragrance Day with... It could be. I didn't think about that, Jenny. Yeah, my boys always take it to the next boy level. So that'll be funny. Maybe we should make a list of appropriate and then inappropriate fragrances. Didn't think about that one. So this is another way that we have fun, and I made it such that I would remember to do some of these things. We love to talk about the National Fun Days, And thank you. Your son has told you that you're not fun. Oh, kids do that. My kids tell me I'm not fun. And I'm like, dude, really? I'm the queen of fun. And then they're like, no, you're not. And then we have that whole back and forth. And I'm like, all right, you show me fun. And it's basically what I just said we're going to do. Lavender would be good to relax them. Gosh, yeah, I just need to douse them in it. Oh, and another thing is we have the doodle prompts. We were talking about doodling. I just have a really simple, it's like a click and print, March, there's it for February too. But we don't really have too many more days of February. March doodle prompts. Again, because I don't know about you, but like I got 5 kids, they're running around like lunatics half the time. No, they're really not. I love my boys. I shouldn't be saying that. But they do run around. They're quite active and energetic. They're healthy. Thank God. So my mind tends to go a little bit blank, and I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, we were going to do something fun for homeschool today. What were we going to do? Oh, crikey. What was that? Oh, I take out my homeschool fun calendar. Yeah. And Christy, oftentimes my kids have to remind me, Mom, why don't you get out the homeschool fun calendar? Oh, yeah, okay. So, in conclusion, because I'm so serious, homeschooling affords us with so many blessings. We can be flexible. Yours do run around like lunatics. Okay, Anna. I'll concede. Mine do, especially my 2-year-old. I mean, you guys have all seen him. He scales the walls like Spider-Man. I mean, what are you going to do? But homeschooling, it's flexible. You can connect with your kids, and you don't have to worry about the bus stops, right? Yeah, you don't have a bus stop to worry about. So you do have time for fun in your homeschool. It does not have to be elaborate. You don't have to rent out like a bouncy house, although I'm sure your kids would probably like that. Just keep it real simple. And my biggest tip of all of this is I think you would know yourself best and your kids. I can make suggestions till I'm blue in the face like a Smurf about what we do for fun in our homeschool. But your family might be like, that's not fun. You can figure it out for yourself. Just talk with your kids. Sit down. Do a tea time. It could be a homeschool fun tea time. And say, hey, what do you think would be fun for us to do? Oh, I'm sure your kids will have ideas. If they're like my kids, they'll be like... So anyhow, fun is what you make it for you and your family. That's my other thing. Yeah. And then you have to figure out, too, what type of homeschool fun you want to have. And it can be based on, your budget. And these things, on the homeschool fun calendar, it's all things you have around the house pretty much. Do what's fun for your family. That's right. Okay, here's an example. Maybe you and your family think that cleaning toilets is fun. You might get a lot of joy from cleaning toilets. I'm not going to judge you on that. That's cool. I myself despise cleaning toilets. But if that's your homeschool fun, you go for that. You can come to my house anytime you want and have all the homeschool fun that you would like to have. Because with 5 boys, I got to clean the toilets a lot. And you could have so much fun every day here. So that's just an example of what's fun for one family might not be fun for another. Okay? So I have a couple things at, it's like I wish, I know. Yeah, anyone, I could probably even pay for plane fare. I lost my card. I'll be right back. I have a card with magical stuff. No, it's not really magical. So you can come over to Rock Your Homeschool. I have, what do I have here? I have lots of learning fun. Are you laughing off? Serena, you probably like clean toilets. You can come over to my house. You have 5 boys, Audrey? I didn't know that. You taught your oldest to clean their toilet. You refused to go in that bathroom. Oh, girl, we need to talk. That's right. I'm like, that's your little area. You guys are in charge of that. As long as a really bad odor is not emanating, just keep that door shut. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, so I have the Learning Fun calendars, Homeschool Fun calendars. That's under Learning Fun. There's also Dr. Seuss stuff there, Learning Fun with Dr. Seuss. And I just had go out this week a homeschool bucket list for spring, which is in our other room hanging up with all of our ideas of what we want to do for homeschool fun this spring so we don't forget to do them because I squirrel. Oh, I have one more thing, and I don't want to keep you guys, I don't even know how long have I been talking. I talk a long time. One more thing for fun that we just started this week over at the Rock Your Homeschool Facebook page. Can you talk to your son? Sure. Yeah. Oh, her oldest? My oldest will too. Yeah. Well, maybe if you love the laundry, you can come to my house. I got plenty of laundry all day long. For 45 minutes, have I really? Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Wow. Rock Your Homeschool Facebook page. I am doing a homeschool pep talk every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, getting you pumped up for your homeschool day. Just about 10 minutes, give or take. And it's going to be super fun. I'd love for you to join me there and my friends. Some of them are imaginary. Most of them are real. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. And I'd love if, like, after this is going on, if you get to watch the replay, whatever, I would love to hear how you add fun to your homeschool every day. Oh, Dolly, I'm so glad that they help you. And you can just keep it going in the comments. And I will just wrap this up. Again, I'll do my sign off. I'm Amy Milsick, homeschool soccer mom to 5 boys. I like to rock my homeschool. Anyways, thank you, Anna. Now go forth, all of you, and rock your homeschool. Bye, guys. I love ya.